Ready?
So we have one student in the class named Goshika. A lot of kids are on summer vacation right now. They are in India, so not many kids are here. Hey Gitesh, thanks for joining. We have Gitesh here in the class. We have Goshika in the classroom itself, and we'll have Vivan, Pranav, and everybody. Let's give a couple of minutes. So today is Saturday. So all the kids who have been in the class before, they know that we do a quick revision of tables. Okay? Everybody in the group, you all are supposed, since you guys are on level 2, hey Pranav.
Hello, sir.
So everybody here in the class is supposed to know table till 12. And if you don't know till 12, that's okay. Don't worry about it. Okay? You guys have all the luxury in life to make mistakes. I love mistakes, okay? I want you guys to make mistakes. Okay? And we'll learn from it. So, whoever knows the tables till 12, wonderful. We will anyways keep checking. So, in the beginning of the class, let's check everybody for their comfort with the table, because tables are the building blocks of maths. If you know tables right, you can do magic with maths. Okay? So let's start one by one. Everybody will be given 2 minutes and I will ask questions and let's see how soon you are able to answer them. Start with Gitesh. Yeah? Gitesh, are you ready? Hey Bhuvan.
Yes.
Okay, so let's see. Table till 12, okay? 9 is
72.
6 9 is
54.
12 5 is
60.
6 9 is
What?
6 9 is
6 9, sir? I can't hear you that well.
yes, 6 9 is
54.
7 9 is
49.
7 9 is
That is 63. 63.
11 6 is
66.
6 8 is okay.
40.
48.
48.
Okay. So again, when I ask you guys these questions, right, it is not to make anybody feel good or bad. In my class, nobody has to feel bad. It is just an opportunity for us to practice. Okay. So Gitesh, you know what you have to practice. Find out 5 minutes of your unproductive time in the day, every day. Okay. Unproductive time, meaning when you don't know what to do. Memorize table. Pick up a table. Okay. Do I remember the table of 9? Let me start. 9 1 is 9, 9 2 is 18, 9 3 is 27, 9 4 is 36, 9 5 is 45, 9 6 is 54, 9 7 is 63, 9 is 72, 9 9 is 88, 81, 9 10 is 9. Okay, done. I'm good. If I'm getting stuck, that means I have to do it one more time. And it doesn't take more than 30-40 seconds for doing one table. Okay. So practice. Okay. Hi everyone. Alright. Okay, so we are doing tables right now. Let's go to Sagarika. Are you ready? Let's see. And again, if you have not come prepared, it's okay. It's okay to make mistakes. 7 7 ja.
49.
9 7 ja.
9.
7 ja.
63.
12 4 ja.
48.
8 8 ja.
64.
6 8 ja.
48.
11 5 ja.
55.
8 8 ja.
64.
9 9 ja.
81.
8 3 ja.
24.
Very nice. So you seem to have practiced enough, but again, don't be complacent. Keep spending 5 minutes every day, okay? If not daily, alternate day. Whatever gives you the confidence that yes, I am confident with table. Okay? Alright, let's go to Pranav. Pranav, are you ready?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay, 8 9 ja. 8 9 ja.
72.
7 7 ja.
49.
12 9 ja.
108.
11 8,
88,
9 9,
81,
7 8,
63.
7 8,
Oh, sorry, 60.
56,
56.
9 9,
81.
12 8,
84.
96,
Uh,
12 8. Okay, so yeah, I mean, you seem to be pretty fine with tables, but yeah, 5 minutes. That's a request to everybody, okay, including myself. Any day when I realize that okay, I kind of forgot a table of 18, I spend that 5 minutes for myself, okay. So tables is something that is non-negotiable. Let's make sure that we keep those couple of minutes of practice every day, okay. Let's go to BB1. BB1, are you ready? Table till 12. 12 6,
72,
7 9,
63,
8 8,
64,
9 8,
72,
7 9,
63,
8 8,
64,
12 9.
108,
Okay, wonderful. So you seem to be fine. If not every day, alternate day at least. Spend a couple of minutes. Whenever you get a chance to do an introspection, see okay if there's something that I'm forgetting. Okay? So for next 2-3 months I'm not going to bother you to go beyond 12. Make sure that we are solid till 12 without mistakes, including myself. If I go wrong, you guys can challenge me as well. Okay? Alright, let's go to B1. B1, are you ready?
yes, sir.
Okay, 8 9, 8 9,
Oh, sorry, sir. I was on mute. Can you repeat that?
8 9,
8, 9, that's 72.
7 9,
63.
8 8,
64.
12 6,
72.
9 9,
81.
12 9,
Sorry. 108.
1 8, 11 8.
88.
Okay, wonderful. So same thing, not every day, alternate day. 12 9, you got stuck. That was the only mistake you made. But again, I am sure if you give yourself a little bit of time, that will also be gone. Okay. If on any day, if you guys get excited to check my tables, feel free to do so. Okay. All right. Let's go to Gaushika and then we'll start with this topic for today. 9 9, 12 8, 96, 9 2, 8 9, 12 7, 12 7, 84. Yep. So, alright, everybody is ready. You are the new students, come over. Have a seat. And if one of you want to just be in the class, just you are welcome, okay? So, let's. I would suggest you can come a little closer here because it's pretty hot. Near the fan will be a little more comforting, okay? Keep it safe. You want to sit? You can sit as well. Fine. So we have few new students in the class. What's your name, Beta? Jerry. Okay, good. You want to join the class as well? No. You want to join the class as well? No, you are too small. It's okay. Alright, so this is a class for level 2 where we have kids from 5th to, not 5th, 6th to 8th grade. Okay? And we pick up topics which is listed here. This is from Khan Academy. This page has all the topics that kids need to learn from 6th to 8th grade. So even if you are in 6th grade or 7th grade or 8th grade, doesn't matter. You'll end up learning all these concepts. I give you guys assignment that you will do and explain to your parents also. Okay. So that way parents also get to see what the child has learned, how much he or she has learned. If there is any doubt, they'll give me feedback, and that will give me a chance to become a better teacher. Okay. So, and in this class, one additional advantage that you guys have is whatever we do, that is getting recorded, that I put on my YouTube channel. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm not trying to get more views. This is only for my students to use that for revising what they have learned in the class. Okay. And another advantage you have is you are free to make mistakes. If you make mistakes, I feel happier. So don't feel bad, don't feel shy that okay, if I say something, if that's a mistake, people will laugh. No, nobody has the opportunity to laugh here in the class. We just accept every mistake and we learn from it. So that will be our approach. Feel comfortable. I have two daughters. One is in 6th grade. She is also in the class. Today she is not there actually. She has taken off. And my elder one is in 12th grade. So every child in this classroom is my own, like my own child. So feel comfortable, ask me questions. Anything that you don't understand, ask me to repeat 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. I don't mind. Okay? Alright. So what is that we are going to learn today? We'll start with geometry today, okay? Many of you would have learned different things, different concepts in different ways. And we'll learn in another different way today. Okay? So let's start with the basics, and some of the things that you already know, it's okay to know, but we'll make sure that we revise and we get the concept the right way. Anybody has any different thing that you want to learn, or we are okay to start with geometry? Okay with geometry? Okay with geometry? Okay with geometry? Okay. Alright. So let's see. What is the main difference between these 3 things that you see on the board? I have drawn 3 things on the board. Can you guys tell me what are these called? This one, and this one. For the kids on the camera, yep.
Line segment.
And?
Ray.
Array. So, everybody who could see or could not see, first one is a line where you have arrows on both the ends. Second one is a line segment, and third one is a ray. Why they are called different with different names? What is the difference between them? Gitesh, you have raised your hand.
A line is infinite. It goes both ways. And then a line segment is, a line is, a line segment.
Okay,
is,
let me simplify this for you guys, okay? And if you guys want to take notes, up to you. If you don't take notes, no harm, because you will have everything recorded here, and I'll send a link. So just stay engaged in the class, so that way you are able to participate also. First one is a line. This is the most misleading word used by most of us, including me. We say, oh, this triangle is made of 3 lines. This is not. This is made by 3 line segments. Because when you say line doesn't have a fixed length. It is just a direction. It just tells you which way it's going. This is just showing you the path. Maybe this is showing the path of how the plane is flying in this direction or that direction. Nobody knows from where to where. You don't have a starting ending point. It's a line. It's just a direction. So if you say a line of 5 centimeters, that is grammatically or mathematically incorrect. Okay? Yeah? Everybody? This is a line segment. This is the most relevant thing that we deal with every day. And line segment is something which is created by joining 2 points. And this has a starting point, this is an ending point, and this has a fixed length. It's called line segment. Unfortunately, none of us say this triangle is made by 3 line segments. We say this is made by 3 lines. It's okay to say so, but if you talk to somebody, if you want to be a perfectionist, you will call this a line segment. That's the right terminology for this. Yeah? Everybody with me? And this is called ray. Ray is nothing but a ray that has one starting point. Like you see this torch. the light is starting from this place and going as far as it could go. So there is no end place known for this. So that is why it is originating from here, and it just so it, on one side it shows the direction, one side it shows the starting point. That is the difference. Okay. Everybody with me so far? No doubt, no confusion, no worries, tension, nothing? Yeah? Okay. Let's move on. So we dealt with one line. What we'll do is, as part of geometry, we'll look at different shapes, different and their properties, and then we'll get into the formulas, understand how the formulas are used for doing calculations, and then once you guys grow a little older, meaning when you go to level 3, that is when I'll explain you guys how those formulas are derived also, so that you don't have to memorize. Okay? Alright, so we looked at one line, line segment and array. What is this? Now we are dealing with two lines, or line segments rather, or let's say lines. What is this? Angle. What are different types of angles?
Array.
I'm sorry?
Array.
No. We are dealing with two line segments or lines, whatever you call it. We are showing a relationship between two lines or line segments. What is that called? Yes, we'll come to that. We are starting with the first one. Say, okay, the relationship between two lines or line segments, how they are inclined to each other, how they are related, how far they are or how close they are with each other. That is called angle. Here, the two line segments are perpendicular to each other. Angle is becoming bigger, angle is becoming smaller. This says or this reflects how close or far these lines are from each other, where they are meeting. Okay? Yeah? We are not talking about two lines this far. This is not the angle. We are talking about two lines connected to each other, meeting each other at some point, and how inclined they are with each other. That's the angle. Everybody with me so far? Everybody? And if you guys, if any of you think that this is a very silly thing to ask, let me not ask. People will think this is something already supposed to be known. No, it's okay to ask. All right. Now, when you know that an angle is nothing but a way to represent how the two lines or line segments are connected or related to each other, how inclined they are. There are different scenarios that we come across. One scenario is when this is less than 90 degrees, when it is equal to 90 degrees, when it is more than 90 degrees. Now, so far we have not talked about degrees, and I am kind of jumping to this. But in real life, you will see a lot of lines around yourself. If you look at this classroom or look at your room, look at the roof, you will see that there are lines cutting, meeting each other. Look at the corner where you find three lines cutting each other, right? I can see Vivan's room where the three sides are meeting at one point, right? You will see that lines, if in a house, like in this classroom, the wall and the surface is like perpendicular to each other. The day when it becomes like this, we have to move to another classroom because the wall is going to fall. Yeah? So there are three scenarios that we deal with. One, when the lines are vertically aligning against each other or perpendicular to each other, that's called 90 degrees. Or a perpendicular thing, or a right angle. That's what you were saying, right? What's your name? Sherry, yeah. Sorry, it will take me some time to memorize the names, and I'm getting older also, right? So I keep on forgetting things. So, when the lines are perpendicular to each other, meaning they are making 90-degree angle, that's called a right angle. This is your first reference frame. Second situation is when this is less than 90 degrees. When the wall is about to fall, okay? Everybody will move. Less than 90 degrees, this is a smaller cone. Anything that is small, that is cute, right? So it's called a acute angle. A an angle which is acute angle. So less than 90 degrees, this is called right angle. This is called acute angle. Okay. Now, when my wall is falling towards my neighbor's house, okay, meaning it is moving farther from each other. The wall is falling the other direction. When this is greater than 90 degrees, it's called obtuse angle. Yes, Gitesh. You had a question? Go ahead and ask if you have a question, okay? No? Okay. So basically we are talking about three types of angles. When the angle is 90 degree, meaning the two line segments are perpendicular to each other, that's called right angle. When the angles are smaller, when the angle is smaller, meaning the lines are closer to each other, the angle looks cuter, smaller, it's called acute angle. When the lines are moving far from each other, when my wall is going to fall on my neighbor's wall, yeah, or neighbor's yard, that is when it is obtuse angle, more than 90 degrees. Yeah? Everybody with me so far? No confusion? No doubt? Okay. Alright. Now, why the naming of the angles are important? Because we started with one line, we looked at line segment, we talked about rays, and then we moved on to two lines. That is where we talked about the angles. Now let's make it more fun. Now we are getting to three lines. That is what makes a triangle. Now, triangle is not the only type of triangle that we deal with. We deal with this every type of triangle that we can think of. So many types of triangles. How do we wrap our head around this? Yeah? So, how do we categorize triangles into different types or classify them into different types based on certain criteria? That makes us sure about how we can form up our understanding of triangles and how do we deal with that. So, now, when you look at a triangle, what are the basic properties of a triangle that we know about? Why or when you call something as a triangle? When do you call something a triangle? Speak up, everybody.
It's three-sided.
Three-sided, okay.
The three angles.
And three angles, okay. Three-sided, this side, this side, this side, and three angles. When I call this guy a triangle, this has three sides. But this doesn't have three angles, right? So, till line, rays and line segment or the angles, we were talking about things which are open. Beyond that, we will talk about closed shapes only. So that is when we will talk about triangles, we will talk about quadrilaterals, we will talk about polygons. Okay? So let's stay with triangles, and here why I am saying so is anything which has three sides and three angles is called a triangle, and it has to be a closed shape. That's one criteria that you have to keep in mind. Okay? Everybody with me so far? Yeah? Okay. Sir, I request you to come closer to the fan. It's pretty hard. Yeah. Alright. So, when we talk about triangles, we say that it has three sides and three angles. That's a very basic thing that we need to understand. Yeah. Now, what that means is, if I have to look at or categorize triangles into different groups, or have to kind of differentiate them based on certain criteria, I will use sides or the angles to classify them. Okay. Now, based on the sides, if I look at sides as my criteria, then we deal with three types of triangles. Can somebody tell me what are those? Based on the sides, there are three types of triangles. Can somebody tell me what are those?
Acute, obtuse, and right.
No, I said based on sides.
Oh, sorry. Scalene, equilateral, and
Isosceles.
isosceles.
Yeah. Everybody? So when we talk about triangles, based on side, there are three types of triangles. And again, it might sound a little childish to you guys because most of you would be knowing this already. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make you guys memorize or recollect all the properties of the triangle so that when we get to the formula level, right, it becomes easy to relate. Okay? So it's more like a recap. It's like a summer camp. Yeah? Alright. So based on the sides, when all my sides are equal, let's say this is 5 centimeter, this is also 5 centimeter, this is also 5 centimeter. This is called equilateral triangle. If you break that word equilateral, this is formed by two words. Equal and lateral means sides. Equal sides. That's why it's called equilateral. Okay? When all the three sides are equal, that's called equilateral triangle. Isosceles when two of the sides are equal. Okay? Now, little interesting fact about equilateral triangle. When we say equilateral triangle, all the three sides are same. Can somebody tell me how the angles are related here? How much is each angle here in equilateral triangle?
Each angle is acute.
No, little louder.
Each angle is acute.
Each angle is acute angle. Okay, that's one. What else? How much is each angle? It's okay, it's okay. See, these are things I'll tell you. If I ask this question from the 10th graders also, they may not be able to answer. It's okay. So in this class, I want everybody to feel comfortable making mistakes. Make mistakes, enjoy. Okay? Alright. So,
Can I solve it?
I'm sorry?
Can I solve it?
Yes, please. You have to just answer. There is nothing to solve. I'm saying how much is each angle in an equilateral triangle. And there is nothing to solve. Okay, so each angle of an equilateral triangle is 60 degrees. Why? Because if the sides are same, the angles are also same. It's a perfect symmetric shape. Okay? So when all the sides are same, all the angles are also same. And do you guys know what is the sum of all the angles of a triangle? How much?
180.
180. So all the angles together is 180 degrees. And what we are saying is all the angles are also same. Meaning something plus same thing plus same thing. Meaning if one angle is x, so x plus this is also x, this is also x. X plus x, 3 times x is 180 degrees. What is the value of 1x? 3x is 180 degrees. What is the value of one angle? 180 by 3. That is 60 degrees. Yeah? Everybody is able to follow me, right? Nobody has to say yes for the sake of doing so, okay? Alright. So, this is one other important aspect of it. It's a relatable thing. That if a triangle is an equilateral triangle, what it means is all the sides are same, all the angles are also same. And if all are same and adding up to 180, that means every angle is 60 degrees. So like what Gitesh said, every angle is an acute angle, meaning every angle is less than 90 degrees. Yes, 60 degrees less than 90 degrees. So every angle is 60 degree and acute angle. So, okay, I'll not go next step, okay. I was tempted to say this is an acute angle triangle. I'll not say so because we have not learned that yet. We have not revised that yet. So, Equilateral triangle, all sides same, all angles same, each angle 60 degree, total sum is 180 degree. Now, let me give you guys a quick question. I have a triangle and sum of all the angle is 181 degree. Is it possible? I have a triangle with all the angles added together to make 181 degree. Is it possible? No.
No.
No. Don't ask me why. For now. But don't agree to that. If anybody says a triangle with sum of all the angles not equal to 180 degree, don't trust that guy. Never agree to that. No matter whether that person is principal of your school or not. Okay? There will never be a triangle where the sum of all the angles is not equal to 180 degree. Okay? Dashika, are you with me? Okay. Now, let's go to the next one. Equilateral triangle we talked about. Let's look at isosceles triangle. Okay? What is the property of this guy? When you call a triangle isosceles triangle, the two sides are equal. Yeah?
Yes, sir.
All three sides equal, equilateral triangle. Only two sides equal, isosceles triangle. That's it. One more property that you might want to know, if the two sides are equal, the corresponding two angles will also be equal. Only these two angles. Meaning this side is equal to this side. The angle opposite to this side is this one, and angle opposite to this side is this one. The angles opposite to the equal sides will be equal. Okay? Only that thing you have to remember. So if you come across a situation like this, saying this is an isosceles triangle, this is 6 centimeter, this is also 6 centimeter, this angle is 40 degree, find out what is the value of this angle. Can anybody try solving it? This is
Answer is 90.
how much?
90.
Don't rush. Do it.
What was the question?
This is a triangle. This side is 6 centimeter. This side is 6 centimeter. Let's say this side is 10 centimeter. Okay? I want you guys to tell me what is the value of this angle.
80?
Why?
Sorry, not 80. 100.
Yes. The answer is 100. So, okay, there are a lot of new students in the class, so I have to kind of bore you guys with one theory that I strongly believe in. And I would want each one of you to follow that. And I know Gausika, Vivan, Pranab and Gitesh might hate me for that, but I'll still do it. I call it TRAN. This is one magical formula that helps you solve each and every math. Each and every math. I call it TRAN. Okay? E stands for trust. If you come across any question, any math, any problem to solve, trust yourself that if anybody can solve, that is me. Okay? And you have to apply that for each and every exam you take, every sum you do. Trust is something that is very important. Don't give up by looking at the size of the question. Okay? Always trust that yes, if anybody can solve it, I can solve it too. Okay? That's the first one. Then, so this is just the belief part. Start believing from today that okay, if anybody can solve it, I can do it. Okay? And then run with that. R stands for read. When you come across a question, read it again and again. Read it as many times till you get bored, frustrated, tired. Because this is your only opportunity to know what the question is, what information you have, what clue you have. So read the question enough. Some people can read the question once and make out what is being asked. Somebody like me, I'm a mediocre guy. I take 2-3 attempts to understand what the question is. It's okay. Read the question again and again, because when you will read the question a couple of times, you will realize that your question becomes easier. Okay? we get scared by just reading it, glancing through it once, and then we assume, oh, this is a tough question. No. Always read couple of times and then you come to a conclusion. Okay? When you read the question couple of times, you will realize that your question becomes half complex. Okay? Read. R stands for read. Then comes the analysis. And this is when you put your brain to work. Say, okay, fine. I read the question. I understood what it is being asked. I have this information. These are the formulas I know. This is my approach. This is when you make your mind. And then N stands for, Gitesh is laughing already. N stands for Nike. And what is the logo of Nike? It says, just do it. So when you come to this stage, then you just do it. You don't think. Because you have done enough homework. Summary is, every question that you come across, read it sufficient, read it enough, so that you collect all the information that is there in the question. And then you analyze, then you put your brain around it. Say, okay, this, now I understood the question, these are the formulas I know, this is how I have to do, this is my approach. You have made your mind. And then you don't think, then you just do it. What happens, where we go wrong? We start from Nike, because we like the brand. We start doing it. And that is where we are more prone to making mistakes. Okay? I will not tell this to this group, again, everybody in this class, but if we have any new student, I have no choice. Okay? Alright. So, now coming back to this point. So, when we were talking about this one, right? Trust me, this was not a difficult question. I said this is 6 centimeter, this is 10 centimeter, this is 40 degree, tell me what is the angle. Trust me, this was not a difficult question. I made it look difficult and you guys made it look more difficult by overthinking about it. Yeah? So, always the approach has to be, read the question, okay. When you look at this question, okay, this is 6 centimeter, this is 6 centimeter, this is 10 centimeter. Basic definition of a triangle. Oh, this is isosceles triangle. So these two sides are same. This is isosceles triangle. That means this side and this angle and this angle will be same. If this is 40 degree, this will be 40 degree too. Now, there is no mystery, no magic here. You have two angles and the third angle. So 40 plus something equals to 180. This something is what you have to find. No brainer, right? Yeah? Okay? So, this is the, and again, trust me, I have not taught you guys anything new. What we are doing is, we are looking at things with a different perspective, a different approach, where the question setter will try trapping you. And the solution to that is, use the magic word. Read, analyze, and then do it. Don't rush. Okay? Alright. So we talked about equilateral triangle, we talked about isosceles triangle. Let's look at the third one, which is not so important, but it's still important. Scalene. What is the property that we need to know? We talked about triangle with 3 sides, all sides same, 2 sides same, and then what is the third possibility? None same. That is what is scalene. Yeah? Everybody? Sagarika, Bhuvan, Rashika, Sherry, okay. Bhuvan?
Yes, sir.
Alright. So scalene, we are not going to go into that, okay? We'll stop it here. Now, let's look at triangles based on angles. No questions so far, right? Anybody?
Yes, sir.
No? Okay. Now, we talked about triangles based on sides. Then okay, if sides are matching, equilateral triangle, 2 sides matching, isosceles triangle, none matching, scalene. Now, triangles have angles also. Now, based on the angles, there are 3 types again. What are those? Go ahead. One person, one answer, okay?
One of them is obtuse.
Louder.
Obtuse.
Obtuse angle triangle. So if you have a triangle where one of the angle is obtuse, meaning greater than 90 degree. Angle which is greater than 90 degree, we call that obtuse angle. So if the triangle has one of the angle as more than 90 degree, that's called obtuse angle triangle. Okay? If I have two angles which is more than 90 degree, what will that be called?
Isosceles.
Don't rush. So that is where tran is important, right? I said if I have two triangles, if I have a triangle with two angles more than 90 degree, what will that be called?
What kind of triangle have you been?
That is what you were supposed to ask me. I was trying to trick you guys. If I have a triangle with two angles more than 90 degree, this will not form a triangle actually, because sum of these two will be greater than 180 degree. And I told you guys that if anybody ever says that there is a triangle with sum of all the angles not equal to 180 degree, don't agree to that guy, even if that guy is the principal of your school. Yeah? Everybody with me? So that's why we never say a triangle with two angles more than 90 degree. Any triangle which has an angle which is more than 90 degree, there will be only one angle. So that's why the definition of obtuse angle triangle goes as obtuse angle triangle is a triangle where one of the angle is more than 90 degree. Yeah? Everybody with me? Sagrika? See, I will keep on reminding the new students, okay, because they have not spent enough time with me. I have not spent enough time with them. I would not know where they are able to follow, where they are not. So I'll keep reminding you guys, okay? I'm not trying to outcast anybody, but I'm just trying to get comfortable. I'm trying to make you guys comfortable as well. Okay? Alright. So this is the obtuse angle triangle. What about the other two triangles? Based on angle, a triangle can be classified into three types. One is called obtuse angle triangle. What is the other one? Second one? Acute angle triangle. So see, now you relate that with the three angle types that we have learned. Acute angle, right angle and obtuse angle. So if a triangle has one of the angle greater than 90 degree, that is obtuse angle triangle. If one of the triangle has, one of the angle of the triangle is 90 degree, that's called right angle triangle or right triangle, whatever you call it. Yeah? And again, in this case also, you will never have a triangle which has two angles equal to 90 degree, okay? Because then the third angle becomes 0 and that is technically not possible. Okay? Now, the third triangle type based on angle is called acute angle triangle. Yeah? So here the definition changes a little bit. You will say acute angle triangle is a triangle where all the angles are less than 90 degree, or where all the angles are acute angle. Okay? All. In case of right angle triangle and in case of obtuse angle triangle, we said there is one angle which is 90 degree or more than 90 degree. But in case of acute angle triangle, you will say each and every angle is less than 90 degree. Everybody is clear so far? Dashika, Gitesh, Bhuvan, Sagarika, Pranav, Vivan, everybody? Okay, alright. So we have only looked at different types of triangles based on sides and angles. And we looked at some of the trick questions. Okay? Now, the next shape. Yep. Somebody saying something?
Oh no, it's just someone's pen.
Okay. Now, we started with lines or line segment rays, then we went to 2, made angles, then we went to 3, made closed shape called triangles. Now the next one is quadrilaterals. A shape with 4 sides. Yep. A shape with 4 sides is called quadrilaterals. A shape with 4 sides are called quadrilaterals. What are different quadrilaterals that you guys are aware of?
Square, parallelogram, rectangle, trapezoid,
Square, parallelogram,
rhombus, height,
trapezoid, rhombus. What else?
A kite.
What about a rectangle? A kite. Let's look at the property of all these guys, okay? And this is very important. So, if you look at geometry, right, we deal a lot with triangles, we deal a lot with quadrilaterals, we deal a lot with circles. Beyond that, pentagons, hexagons, octagons, heptagons, whatever it is, those are good things to learn, they are relatable. But the basic components or the shapes that we deal with, triangles, quadrilaterals and circles, these three we cannot go wrong. Okay, that's why I'm emphasizing so much on kind of recollecting the properties, and then we will use that understanding of the property for deriving other formulas or proving different theorems. Okay, slowly. So let's look at the property of some of the quadrilaterals today, and then we will get on to the area, volume, and other things in the future classes. Okay. So tell me the difference between this and this.
one's rectangle, the one is square.
Okay.
One
What-
has right angles, one. No, never mind.
No.
One has all sides equal.
So okay, I'm telling that this is a rectangle, this is a square. Okay, because my drawing skills are not great, so I'm telling you guys, this is rectangle, this is square. Now it looks like rectangle is square. That's what you guys acknowledge. So that's good. Now tell me what's the difference between these two. What is the difference between a rectangle and a square?
A square has all sides equal length, but then a rectangle has like 2 pairs.
Okay. So let me. Okay. So. Okay. Kitesh, take out that cap. That is disturbing me. Take out that cap. That shiny cap. Don't do that. So a rectangle is a quadrilateral which has opposite sides equal. Only opposite sides. So this and this are equal. This and this are equal. Okay? And all the angles are 90 degrees. So when you talk about a rectangle is a quadrilateral, meaning a shape with 4 sides where the opposite sides are equal and each angle is 90 degrees. That's the only definition or understanding we have to have about a rectangle. If you look at a square, now you guys tell me what is it?
This
All
one
sides. I'm sorry?
has angles. It has 4 equal sides. It has parallel sides.
Okay. No, so see, I'll not say you are wrong. You are actually correct, but actually you are 2 steps ahead of me actually. Okay. So I was going a little slow. So a square is again a quadrilateral, like many of you said. All sides are same. And then another thing that you guys need to remember is all sides are same and every angle is 90 degrees. Don't forget that. So rectangle and square, they are similar in a way that both have all the angles at 90 degree. Only difference between the square and rectangle is square has four sides same, rectangle has only the opposite sides same. Okay? Now, let's look at, so we looked at square and we looked at rectangle. Let's look at one more shape called something. What is that? Can you guys tell me what is it? Parallelogram. Does it look like a parallelogram?
Rhombus.
No. Parallelogram. See, you are making me doubt my own drawing skills. I said this is a parallelogram. This is not looking like a perfect parallelogram, but yes, that is the best I could do with my skill, and that is the best I would want you to judge with your bare eyes. Yeah? So, this is a parallelogram. Now, what is a parallelogram? What is the definition of a parallelogram? What is the property of a parallelogram?
Opposite sides are parallel.
Opposite sides are parallel and equal. Opposite sides are equal and parallel. What does a parallel line mean?
A set of like lines that never touch each other.
That never meets each other, no matter how far you take them. Like a railway track, this way or that way, yeah? Like a railway track. The day that the tracks meet, there is an accident.
Yes.
So parallel lines never meet. Or mathematically you can say the distance between the parallel line is always fixed. Yeah?
Yeah.
The perpendicular distance between two parallel lines is always the same, no matter how far you take them. Yeah? If the lines are not parallel, right? Like this. Here it's not meeting. Here it's not meeting. There is a train accident here, this place. Yeah?
Yes.
So, parallel lines never meet. Otherwise, there is an accident. That's how you have to remember it. Parallel line meaning like a railway track on which the trains run. And the day the distance becomes narrower or wider, there is a problem. So, in case of parallelogram, the only property that we need to remember or keep in mind is the opposite sides are equal and parallel. Now look at this. Opposite sides are equal. This is a rectangle. This is a rectangle. Opposite sides are equal and they are parallel also. What does it mean? Every rectangle is also a parallelogram. Okay? But is every parallelogram a rectangle?
No.
No. That's the only thing that you have to keep in mind. I see everybody is getting tired now. So we talked about lines, line segments and rays. We talked about angles, different types of angles. We talked about property of triangle based on sides and angles. And then we talked about three shapes so far. We talked about parallelogram, we talked about rectangle, and we talked about square. And that is where we will stop today's class. This is the properties. We have just learned the properties, okay? And the coming classes we will cover the other shapes, the properties, and then we will get into area and perimeter. Okay? So that brings us to the end of the class. Everybody who has joined online, thank you so much. You guys can disconnect, drop off, enjoy the rest of your evening. We'll have more fun tomorrow. Yep.
Bye.
Bye-bye.